Good evening and welcome back. Tonight tutorial. You're most welcome wherever you're watching. Let me see you in the comment section and like this video. Double tap on the screen and write yes if you can hear from me at your end. Let me get from you if you can hear from me. If you can hear me, write yes in the comment section. Tonight topic is another delicate one to discuss, share information about what we are going to write. The moment I pick my pen, there are vast things that we are going to cover, and you need to write something down. And don't forget to give this video a like. Double tap on the screen and you like this video. Write yes in the comment section and let me get from you. Tonight our topic is on educational management and administration, and we are going to look at something very important for the promotion aptitude tests. That is why I said pick a pen, write something down before you go and write your promotion aptitude test. Don't forget to give support to this tutorial on this number 02416898382 and contribute your quota for the continuing tutorial and discussion on this platform. If you can hear from me, write yes. Patient, I can get your message. We have about 10 people online. Let me hear from you. You can also hear from me by writing yes in the comment section. Tonight we're looking at educational administration and management. What do you understand by educational administration and management? But before that, we look at administration and management in the perspective of the general field and what we need to know before we go and write our promotion aptitude test. Dive into it tonight and let's head towards what we need to know. So when we say administration, what do Abubakar, you're most welcome. You can hear from him. Hi. So administration, simply put in this meaning, or simply explain as the overall determination of policies, setting of major objectives, the identification of general purposes, and laying down programs and projects to achieve an organizational objectives or goals. So administration simply means overall determination of policies. That is one. Setting of major objectives, then identification of general purpose, and laying down programs and projects to achieve an organizational goal or institutional goal is known as administration. So administration means guidance. Administration means guidance. It also means leadership and the control of effort of group towards a common goal to be achieved. That is administration. So in every administration, there is guidance, there are rules governing the ways in which the goals are achieved, and there are leadership in place, and there is a control of the effort of the subordinates or the workers or the employees towards the achievement of the common good. So we can also say that administration refers to the activities of the higher level. So administration is at the higher level, and it has things that it works with to help it achieve its goal. So every administration has a guidance, has a leader or leadership style that it operates within, and we need to know this before we go and write our promotion aptitude test. And also come and look at educational administration. All these are concepts that we need to know. The 14 people online now, double tap on the screen to like this tutorial. It's very important that you like the tutorial, and it's much of importance we look at this before we go and write our promotion aptitude tests exams. I prepared a lot of things here. So administration is a process of managing and coordinating people, resources, and activities to achieve specific goals or specific objectives efficiently and effectively. So in every organization, there is an administration at the top where all these things are done. So administration is a process of managing and coordinating people, resources, activities to achieve specific goals efficiently and effectively. So that is administration. Ali, you are most welcome. You can hear me. You are most welcome. So it is a fundamental function in every organization, including government, including companies, including businesses, including educational institutions, to have an administration at the top that determined the policies, the programs, the objectives, the aims of that institution. So the key words that you need to take notes is that it concerns with managing and coordinating people, that is administration, and resources and activities to achieve a specific goal or specific target. In government or in businesses or in companies or in educational institutions, there is administration. So if we take Ghana Education Service, the Ministry of Education is a place that administration is run and policies are formulated within that ministry, then gives out to the implementing agencies like GS to implement it. So If you look at other definitions of administration, we'll take Cambridge Dictionary, and it refers to arrangement and taxes needed to control the operation of plan or the organization. That is the Cambridge Dictionary. Then we can also take Merriam Webster Dictionary. Administration is the performance of executive duties, the act or the process of administering something such as justice, medication, or public affairs. We can look at different definition of administration, and it's very important that we look at it before we go and write promotion. So when we take the education leaves, describe administration as the process of managing and coordinating resources, people, and activities within the organization to achieve its goal effectively and efficiently. So there are some keywords running to the definition of administration that we need to know. And we also have types of administration that I'm going to look at. Types of administration. What are some of the types of administration that you have come across? And I'm going to deal with some of them. One is public administration. Public administration. Second is business administration. The third one is educational administration. We also have health administration. What is public administration? Management of government policies and programs. That is public administration. Then the business is overseeing the commercial operations and corporate governance within the business sector. So we need to put all these things in this context so that you get better understanding. And educational administration, managing educational institutions and implementing academic policies is what we term as educational administration. We'll delve deeper into it. Then we also have health administration, that is coordinating healthcare services and hospital operations. So we have these things that we need to learn. I hope if it were questions, people would have come a lot, but because of this, that is what we do and pass the promotion exams. Those who don't like learning, you are going to have challenges in passing your promotion aptitude test. So as I said, administration is a process of managing, organizing, directing, controlling human and material resources to achieve a specific goal efficiently and effectively. So in administration, planning is done, organization is done, direction is done, controlling is done, controlling the human resources and controlling the material resources. And it's very important, and it's a fundamental function in any organization, be it educational, being governmental, and being cooperative and non-profit oriented companies or institutes. There is the need for administration. What are the key functions of administration? I've once dealt with this topic, but I need to do it once more. Double tap on the screen and like this video. So one function of administration is planning. One key function is planning. And planning is where the administrators set the goals, determine the best courses of actions need to be taken by the institution to help the institution to grow. So planning is where goals are set and best courses of actions are taken to help that organization to move forward. The second one is organization planning. The second one is organization. So structures or structuring resources and assigning responsibility. So in this context, that is where divisions or units are set in place and assign responsibilities for them to function and perform their functions. So have it in mind. Then staffing is also one function of every administrator or the administration. One thing that they also need most, or one function that it performs, is staffing, recruiting, training, and managing and encouraging the staff to function well is one of the functions that it performs. So they talk about recruitment, training, managing the personnel within the organization. So in every organization, there is recruitment. New people are brought in, or new staff are brought in, or people are employed to help the organization to move forward. Then directing, and here it concerned with leading and motivating individual towards achieving a particular goals that is set by the organization. So take a pen and write down some of the key things that you need to know before you go and write your promotion aptitude test. Then the next function that every administrator does is direct controlling. Controlling is also another function that every organization that has management in place does. So monitoring the progress and making adjustment to stay on track is another function that every administrator does in every company. So administration or administrative functions of every company. Then evaluating concern with assessing the outcomes to inform the future decisions that need to be made by the organization. So they assess to see the positive or the pro and cons of every organization, whether the organization is moving forward or is not moving forward. It is the work of the administration to see to it that things are working on track, results are positive. If the results are not positive, they should sit down and re-strategize, put things in place. Now let's look at the principles of effective administration. Principles of effective administration. I hope you are writing something down. Principles of effective administration. We're about 6 principles that we need to look at. So 6 principles of effective administration. One is goal orientation. Number 1 is goal orientation. All activities should be aligned with the organizational mission, the organizational goal, the organizational objective to achieve something. So goal orientation. The people in the organization need to have or need to get what the organization wants and what it is actually going to achieve. So goal orientation is one of the principles of effective administration, where all activities should align with the organizational mission. So have it in mind. Principle number 2 is efficiency. In every organization, the activities needs or the people need to work effectively and efficient enough to help the organization to grow. So there's an optimal use of time, optimal use of resources, optimal use of money, optimal use of the human resource. It's very important in every organization. So the second principle of effective administration is that there should be efficiency, where judicious use of the time then wise use of the material resources or the money that is given to every organization. The third one is accountability. In every administration, there need to be accountability in every um, organization. So if for that administrative to be effective, functioning very well in every organization or institutional um, measures, there should be accountability, clear responsibility, and performance tracking. There should be a performance tracking in every organization, and that accounts for accountability. Transparency is one of the key principle of effective administration. So transparency, there should be open communication. Everything should be open. Decisions making should be open. Decision taking should be open. So there should be transparency. So open communication in decision making. The next principle is adaptability. There should be a flexible response to changing needs in every administration. If the need arises, there should be a way of able to adapt, able to change to that situation and help the organization to function well. And the last principle of administration is inclusiveness, inclusivity. That is engaging divergent stakeholders or divergent views. Everybody is part for the organization to move forward. Everybody is part. Everybody is included. Watchmen, laborers, whoever is included to help the organization to move forward. So inclusiveness. So engaging a divergent stakeholders in the process of achieving the goal. So have it in mind. Now, what is management? Let's dive into management. Management, according to Henry Fayol, one of the modern day administrators and managers, or someone who writes on the education. According to Henry Fayol, management is to manage, is to forecast and plan, to coordinate and control. So that is what Henry Fayol is also explaining. Management is to forecast and to plan, to focus and to plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control. Write these key words down. Henry Fayol, one of the modern writers on management. So Henry Fayol defined management as this. Management is to focus, to focus and plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control. There are some key words here. Focus, you think of the future. You have a vision and plan towards the vision. Then you need to organize, put structures in place. You need to command, you need to give orders, you need to coordinate, you need to see to it that there is no conflict in every activities that you are doing. And there is a control. There should be a control. So when we are talking about management is a process of planning, organizing, leading, controlling resources. That is a human resource, financial resource, and material resource. 3 resources here. We have human resource, financial resource, and material resource. So management is concerning, or is a process of planning, that is one, organizing, that is 2, leading, that is 3, 4, controlling resources. The resources here are 1, human resource or the human capital, then financial resource or financial capital. We have the material resource or the material capital. So management needs these things to function well. So management is a process of planning, organizing, leading, and command and controlling resources, that is human, financial, and material, to achieve organizational goals effectively and efficiently. So have it in mind, these keywords. It is essential in every sector. In every sector, there should be a management. So we have, if we come to the educational sector, so the ministry, that's where the management starts from. Then when we come, that's where the administration, that is making policies and programs, starts from. Then when we talk about the implementation is done by the management, and that's where the GS comes in. The GS has management that it implement policies. So in GS, that's where the management start from. So we have management at the headquarters, the regional, the district, and the school level. We have management at the school level, the district level, the regional level, and the national level. So we have four managements, the 4 management system. Yes, the school, the district, the regional, and the national. That's the management level. And this management level has their bodies in place that check their activities. Now let's look at some of the definition of management. And we cannot do away with this not mentioning Henry Fayol. So Henry Fayol, as I said earlier, defined management as this. Management is to forecast and plan, to organize, to control, and to coordinate and to control. Then we can also look at another definition, that is knowledge academy. Knowledge academy also provide this definition for management. It says, and I quote, management provide the structured approach to decision making, improves coordination, and ensures consistency practice across an organization. Quotation close. Then we can also look at Indeed UK also came out with this definition of management. Management involves, and I quote, management involves supervising teams, optimizing performance to achieve a strategic objectives. This was a definition made by Indeed UK. Indeed UK, and I quote it again. Management involves supervising teams and optimizing performance to achieve a strategic objectives. These are definitions by a lot of writers on management. So take key note of them. So in management, there is the future plan or the vision, or there is a vision and there is a plan. There is an organization. They need to organize. They need to give a command, and they need to coordinate at the same time control. So in management, what are some of the key functions of management? School management, when you go to the district has the management. We have the director, we have the 4 frontline deputy directors, we have the audit unit. All of them combined with the director form the the management. So when we are talking about the management, the director is part. We also have the frontline workers. The audit is also part. The internal audit is also part of the management that you need to know. So at the school level, you know them. At the school level, the management is also there. What are some of the key functions of every management? One of the key functions is one, planning. So planning runs through the administration and management. So there is planning in the administration, there is planning in the management. So planning, setting goals and determine the best courses of action is done in the management. So one key function is planning. The second one is organizing, allocating resources and assigning tasks. Allocating resources and assigning tasks. That is organizing or organization. There's organization in every management. Then leading. So leading here talks about motivating, guiding individual towards the achievement of the organizational goals. So take a pen and write, or you can revisit this video and write something down. It's very important. Then the four functions that management perform is controlling. So monitoring the performance and making necessary adjustments in every organization is very important. Please, we have about 25 people here. Please double tap on the screen. Double tap on the screen. I want to see more likes on the screen. I want to see more likes. Everybody must like. Everybody like this video. Like this video. And you can write yes if you can hear me. Those who can hear me, write yes in the comment section. If you can hear me, write yes in the comment section now. Or write thank you in the comment section now. If you can hear me, Rita, you're welcome. Let me see you showing your hands or writing yes in the comment section. Now let's look at the 14 principles of Henry Fayol about management. So we have dealt with the other principles of administration. Now we are looking at 14 principles of management. The principle that is based on by every manager, and these principles are outlined by Henry Fayol. Please double tap on the screen. I want you to double tap. Join, just double tap. You show the light on the screen. We are about 25. Right? Yes, if you can hear me from the comment section. Now, do you want to see these 14 principles? If you want to see them, write yes in the comment section. Now, you need to know these 14 principles of Henry Fayol, and they are very important. Very, very important. You need to know these 14 principles of management. Can you write one principle? Kwame Kwatin, you're most welcome. David Achu, you're most welcome. Patience Awuni, you're most writing yes. Thank you. Everybody, like the video. Double tap. When you double tap on the screen, you see that you show the light. You show that it is the lights will show. Now, principle number one of Henry Fayol. Principle number one: division of work. The work shouldn't be so complex, or there should be a division of labor. The work needs to be divided into subsections, assign responsibility to these specialized areas. So principle number one is division of work. Specialization increases efficiency. So when you divide the work into portions and you assign people, they work effectively and efficiently than just giving them the whole work. they will be confused. So principle number one is division of work. Write it down. Division of work. I'll come back and ask the principles. Then principle number two is authority and responsibility. Managers must have the right to give orders. They must exert their powers. They must exert their principles on the subordinates and assign them responsibilities. So authority and responsibility is very key in every management. There should be managers who must have the right to give the right orders. So you must command them. You must give them orders. You must give them instructions to guide their work. That is principle number two. Principle number three is discipline. There is no institution or there's no organization that thrives on indiscipline, that thrives on flouting the laws or not obeying instructions. No, there should be a respect. There should be observation of the rules. So we said that discipline. So respect for the rules and agreement laws needs to be undertaken by the manager and the subordinates in every institution or in every organization. So principle number three is discipline. Principle number four is unity of command. There should be a one supervisor or one superior per employees. So when you go to the school setting, we have your head as the superior, as the one in authority, and that person guides the employees in achieving the organizational goals. There's no institution that has two heads. No, there should be one superior person that guides the entirety of the institution. So unity of command, one superior per employees. Then unity of direction, that is principle number five. Principle number five is unity of direction. People are living. You live, but when you meet this question, you'll be in trouble. So unity of direction. So there should be one plan for a group of activities. There should be one objective that needs to be achieved, one plan for the organization, one aim, one objective for the organization to move forward. That is principle number five. Principle number six is subordination of individual interests. Subordination of individual interests. The group interest must override the individual interest in every organization. Everybody has an interest. Everybody has an interest in the organization, but the organization thrives when the organization interests supersede all individual interests. So organizational interests above personal interests is one of the most important principle of Henry Fayol. Then remuneration is also one of the principles. Remuneration. There should be a fair salary among the employees, fair compensation for the services that are provided by the employees. So every employee needs to get what he or she deserves. So remuneration is one of the key principles of Henry Fayol. Give this video a thumbs up. Now, principle number 8, I said we're going through 14 principles. Principle number 8 is centralization. Centralization. There should be a balance between decision making and authority. Decision making shouldn't override, or power shouldn't be concentrated but there should be a balance between decision making and power or authority. That is centralization. Principle number 9 is a scalar chain. A scalar chain. So there should be a clear line of authority. There should be a clear line of authority in every organization. Then principle number 10 is order. Right person in the right place. Order of the employees based on their technical skills and skillful nature or talent. You need to put them in the right positions to work effectively. So the order of the employees is very important. So right person in the right place. Don't put square pegs in a round hole. That's what it simply means. Don't put square pegs in a round hole. So positions that need to be held by a specialized person is definitely need to be filled there to help the organization. No nepotism, no favoritism to bring someone who is not the right caliber of person to fill that position. So fill the right person in that position to work, to function the organization. That is order. Then principle number 11 is equity. There should be fairness, there should be kindness, and there should be justice. So there should be equity. Principle number 12 is stability of tenure. Job security for efficiency is very important. So you don't bring someone today when the person is beginning to get grips of whatever he wants to do, then you change the person. You get to some schools and hence you see that you have given a subject to a teacher who is beginning to get a grip of the subject, then you change and give that teacher another subject. That is a wrong thing. You need to allow for a number of years or number of terms for that teacher to handle that subject. If you see that he's having a challenge with the subject, that's where you need to change him. But if he's beginning to get a grip of that subject, getting to do well, you need to give him some time to help the children. Or in a certain class, you are in a certain class, within a term, you are changed about thrice, or you are changed 2 times within the academic year. That is wrong. Allow the teacher to run through the academic year. First year, or let me take first term, the teacher needs to study the learners and help the learners, know them, know their background, the financial background, and whatever background that they are coming from. Then the teacher gets to the grips of this second term, beginning to perform well or beginning to improve. Then you change. When you change, that person start over and it is a problem. If he's not performing well, mark my words carefully. If the person is not performing well, that's where you need to consider. You need to monitor. So stability of the tenure, job security for every efficient is for efficiency. So if the person is performing, you need to give him time to perform. Then within one term, the person is fired. Then you not get the best. Then initiative is principle number 13. Principle number 13. Initiative. Encouraging innovation, creating new, bringing new ideas is the 13th principle of Henry Fayol about management. So the employees or the leader or the manager need to be creative, need to be innovative, bring something new. And principle number 14 is expert the corps, that is promoting team spirit. Expert the corps, expert the corps, that is building a team spirit. Should be able to build a team spirit as a leader. These are some of the things that you need to know about management. So the 14 principles of Henry Fayol about management are: one, division of labor; two, authority and responsibility; three, discipline; four, unity of command; five, unity of direction; six, that is subordination of individual interests. Individual interests need to be suppressed and the organization interests need to be high. Remuneration is principle number 7. Principle number 8 is centralization. Number 9 is scalar chain. There should be a clear chain of order. Then principle number 10 is order. Put the right people in the right places to work. Principle number 11 is equity. There should be kindness and fairness, justice. Then stability of tenure, initiative. And principle number 14 is esprit de corps. Esprit de corps, that is promoting a team spirit. Now, are there differences between are there differences between administration and management? Yes, there are differences that you need to know. There are differences. What are some of the differences? So there are key differences that administration focus on certain policies and strategic goals, while management is concerned with executing the policies and overseeing the day-to-day operation. So the day-to-day operation is done by management, but policy determination, policy formulation, guidance is done by the administration. So here, when you are talking about in the education sector, when we are talking about administration, we're talking about the Ministry of Education. Then the management is talking about GS. GS has its management. Now let's look at some of the common differences between administration and management. Administration and management. One is the focus. What is the focus of administration and what is the focus of management? So the aspect. So we have aspect, that is the core comparison between the administration and management. So what do administration focus on? They focus on policy formulation and strategic planning. That is what they do. And the focus of, while the management focus on the execution of the policies and the operation and control. That is the difference. So the difference here is that administration focus on policy formulation and strategic planning, while management focus on the execution, the implementation of the policies. That's the two clear differences. Now let's come to another comparison. That is the level. What is the level of administration? The level is the top level. That is the board, the governance, the ministry. That is the level. Then when we talk about the level of the management, that's the middle and the lower level. Talking about the school head, talk about the director, you talk about the principal, you talk about the managers. These are the levels of management. Then the scope. What is the scope of? The scope between the administration and the management. So the scope here is that the administration is very broad. and they plan for a longer term. They plan for a longer term, and they set goals. Goal setting is the scope of the administration. And while the scope of management is very narrow and short term, they deal with short term plans. They are tax oriented. They depend, or they highly depend on the tax being done. What is the authority between administration and management? So the authority here, the administration holds the decision making power. They have the power to make decision. But here, while the administration is in charge of acts within the framework, or the work within the framework set by the administrators. So decisions that are taken by the administrators need to be applied by the management. Function. What are their functions? What are their key functions between administration and management? So the key function here is that administration is key in planning, organizing, and policy making. They are into planning, they are into organization, they are into policy making, while the management are into technical, interpersonal, and supervisory role. Supervisory role. They supervise the employees. Now let's look at the skills required by the administration and the management. So the difference here, we are looking at the skills level, or the skills acquired. They are visionary, they are analytical, and they are leadership. They have a vision, that is, administration has a vision. They need to analyze things well, and they need to show leadership in everything that they do. While um, the skills that the management needs is technical, interpersonal, and advisory. I made a mistake about the functions. The function here is that management are into planning, organizing, and policy making, while management are into directing, coordinating, and controlling. That is the function. When you want to differentiate between them, differentiate between their functions. Their administration are into planning, organizing, and policy making, while the management are into directing the policy being made by the administration. Then they need to coordinate these policies, and they need to control these policies. Now let's come to the skills required. I said the administration, the skills that they required here is visionary. They need to be visionary, think about the future. They need to analyze things, analytical, then leadership. And talking about the management need to be technical. They need to be technical, and they need to interpersonal. We deal with people, and they need to supervisory. They have the supervisory role. Now we can talk about the examples of the Ministry of Education setting the curriculum standard, then the school heads or the district director or the regional director implementing the curriculum in the various schools or classrooms. So when we talk about, in summary, there are differences. Administration is about what and why. What and why. It ensures, it defines the goals and the policies. The administration defines the goals and the policies. And here is talk about what needs to be done and why it should be done. So one of the differences that you can use is why and what. They are talking about why and what are talking about the administration. And management is about how and when, how the policies will be implemented, how the policy will be implemented, and when it will be implemented. That's management. So you can also use these key differences to separate them. Administration is talking about what and why, and management are talking about how and when. So have it in mind. Now let's look at some um, some key similarities between administration and management. Are they similar at all? Yes, there are similarities. Let's jump into these similarities. Similarity number one between um, administration and management. We have talked about the differences, and now we are talking about similarities, how they relate. One, goal-oriented process. So whether it is administration or management, the two of them are goal-oriented. Goal-oriented. They need to achieve a goal. So goal-oriented process. So both focus on achieving a defined objective through strategic and operational activities. So they are all thinking about achieving a goal, achieving an objective. So they are similar there. Administration is thinking about how the objective will be achieved. Then the management are also thinking about how the objectives will be achieved. So they are goal-oriented processes. The similarity between them is that one, goal-oriented processes. Both focus on achieving defined objectives through strategic and operational activities. Similarity number two, they are both into planning and decision making. They are both into planning and decision making. Because if you look at the definition here, I want to let you know something about management. Management is a process of planning and organizing and leading and controlling resources. That is human, financial, and material to achieve organizational goals. That is management. Now let's come to the definition of administration. Administration is a process of planning, organizing, and directing and controlling human and material resources to achieve a specific goal. See, that's why we are saying it is goal-oriented. We are saying it is goal-oriented, and they all deal with plan. So planning and decision making is the similarities between the two. They are similar. They all plan, they all make decisions. So each involves certain goals, developing policies, and making decisions to guide organizational direction. That is similarity number two. Number three, problem solving. They both solve problems. Whether it's administration or management, they are into problem solving. Administrators and managers both engage in identifying issues and implementing solutions to improve the performance. They both go into identifying problems and looking for solutions to solve to improve their performance. So the two of them solve problems. Now, similarity number four, right? Number four is that resource coordination. The two of them coordinates in terms of resources. So both required effective use of the human, financial, and material resources to meet the institutional needs. So there's a resource coordination. Both of them use resources, being it human resource, financial resource, or material resource. They all use resource. They all required effective use of resources, financial resources like human, financial, and material to meet the organizational needs or organizational goals. Write something down. It's very important. Now, the management involves leadership. Administration also involves leadership. Management involves supervision. Administration also involves supervision. So, leadership and supervision are one of the similarities between them. So, they involve guiding teams, motivating staff, ensuring accountability across all departments. So in administration, they show leadership, they show supervision. Management, they show leadership and they show supervision. So have it in mind. That's the similarity between them. Then another similarity is that monitoring and evaluation. So we talk of management evaluates. Administration also evaluates. Management monitors. Administration also monitors. So monitoring and evaluation is done by both. Continuing assessment of the progress and the outcome is central to both administration and management. That's the similarities. They are both they are related. Then another similarity is communication and collaboration. So when you take administration, there's collaboration, there is communication in this. So the administration and management, they all communicate ideas and collaborate ideas with their subordinates. So effective communication with the stakeholders and teamwork are essential in both administration and management. So we need to learn this before we go and write promotion aptitude test. So we also have conceptual overlap. Many scholars argue that management and administration are not entirely distinct, are not entirely different, especially in the practice. So we have top level management often perform administrative functions. Top level management, they always perform administrative functions. And middle and low level management or managers handle operational management or administrative duties. The distinction is more about the scope and the level. The differences is about the scope and the level, and we have looked at the scope. So the scope here and the level. So management are at the top. That's where we have a clear differences between them, clear distinction or clear dichotomy between them. So management is at the top, and the administration is at the top. Administration is at the top, and management is at the middle or the lower level. The middle or the lower level. Administration is at the top. So when we take Ministry of Education, they are at the top, and GS is in the middle or the lower. So GS we have the Director General and ACE Management. We have the Regional Education Directorate and ACE Management, or educational regional education director and ACE management. Then they come to the district, come to the school level. So they are always at the middle or the lower level. Then here with the administration, the level, we can talk about the board. They are example like the board, the government, and the ministry. And the management, we can talk about the principal, the managers, the heads, the district directors, and the regional directors. Now the scope. So the scope here, that's where the clear distinction is. The scope here, we are talking about they have a broad view about whatever they are doing and a long-term plan and goal set. But when you talk about the management, they are very narrow. They narrow the activities. They specify the activities, and their short-term plans that they deal with, and their job or their tax oriented. They want the tax to be done as compared to the administration. So the clear distinction here, the clear difference here, the clear dichotomy or the clear differences here are the level and the scope. That's where you get the clear distinction or differences. So this is what we need to know. Now, let me ask these questions. I need to test you. I need to test you. So get ready. Get ready. Write one principle of effective administration in the comment section. One principle or effective administration in the comment section. Or you can write two. Mauto. Is it Maufimo? You are most welcome. So write one principle of effective administration. Let's be quick. Let's be quick. Write one principle of effective administration, and someone should write the 14th principle of Henry. Write one of the 14 principle of Henry Fayol. I'm keep on waiting. I'm waiting. Let's be hurry. Let's be hurry. Let's be hurry. Someone is saying discipline. Discipline. Is it the Henry Fayol or the administration? The administration. Administration. That is Henry Fayol. Patient. That is the principle of the 14 principle. One of the 14 principle of Henry Fayol. Discipline. Discipline is one. That is talking about management. We are talking about administration. I say, oh, come on, ask question. Yes, people are quiet. And Daniel Idu, you came late, right? Someone say goal oriented. Good administration. That is good. Someone is saying goal. Okay, goal what? Goal orientation. Goal orientation. That's one of the principles of. So we are looking at the principles of effective administration. Let's go. Let's write them. We have about six principles of effective administration. Yes. Can we move? I'm waiting. Someone is saying division of labor. Administration, no. That one is, and then that one is accountability. Patient, good. Accountability. We are talking about effective the principle of effective administration. Accountability. That is patient. Awuni. That is great. Someone is saying consistency. That is great. Portofie. Efficiency. Good. Efficiency is one of them. Efficiency is one of them. And as Boateng is saying consistency. Okay. Now we have mentioned accountability. We have mentioned efficiency. We have mentioned goal oriented. Left with three. Left with three. Let's. I said when I'm talking, write something down. Write something down. Yes. Let's move. Okay. So these the six principles of effective administration are goal orientation. Goal orientation. That is one. Two, we have efficiency. Efficiency. Transparency. Good. Transparency. Who is that? Patient. Good. Someone is saying major policy set. Patient. A wound. That is yes. So we have goal orientation. We have efficiency. We have accountability. And we have transparency. We have adaptability, and we have inclusiveness. Inclusiveness. These are the key uh, principle of effective administration. Now let's come to the functions of every administrator. Mention one function of every administrator in the comment section. Just 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Fast finger. Who's the fast finger? The fastest finger. Yes. Patient a fee. You came late or you were behind the scene. One of my regular functions of administrators or function of administration. Write one function of administration in the comment section. One function. Hey, people are quiet. One function of administration. Planning. Oh, that's good. Patient. That's good. That's good. Centralization. Portfolio. Organizing. NS. Planning. Okay. Planning. Every organization. Sorry, administration. They are functions: planning, organizing, directing. That is great. More. Let's keep on. Directing. Patient. Good. Allocation. Allocation of resources. That is one. Yes. Fastest fingers. Supervision. Coordinating. You're right. Great. Control. That is good. Minatu Mahmood. Okay, that is good. Now let's and evaluating. Evaluating is also part of administrators. So we have planning, organizing, directing, staffing, coordinating, controlling, evaluating, and many more. Many more. Now let's come to management. Management. A certain man defined this as management. Write the person's name. Management is to forecast, plan. Management is to focus and plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control. Who is that? Write the person's name in the comment section. This person defined management as this. Management is to forecast and plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control. Who is that? Who defined management as this? Yes. Henry Fayol. Patient. You're right. That is great. Then this definition was said by a certain group. Management provides a structured approach to decision making, improve coordination, and ensures consistency practice across organization. That is the knowledge academy. The knowledge academy. Portfolio. Henry Fayol, you are right. Now let's come to the key functions of management. Write the key functions of management. Key functions of management. Key functions of management. Write one function of management. One function of management. Henry Fayol. Now let's come to functions of management. Functions of management. Want to engage. I want to see whether you are learning or you are not. If you are not learning, then I decide to coil back again. Henry Fayol and Danny. Okay. Now let's come to the key functions of management. Write one function of management. One function: planning, staffing. Okay. Management. Staffing is done by the administration. They recruit. They do recruitment. Right? Joyce. Is it Joyce? Is it Kwa? Is it Kwe or Kwa? Rejoice Kwa or what? Leading. Good. That is good. Patient F. Leading. Leading. Yes. Fastest fingers. Where are you? Someone is saying, someone wrote plan. Okay. That is great. Organizing. That is also great. That is wonderful. You are doing something. You are doing something great. Organizing. Patient. Patient is one of the regular persons on this platform. So planning, organizing, leading, coordinating, controlling. Write one principle of Henry Fayol. We have 14 principles of Henry Fayol. Write one of them. 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 Command. Okay. We are dealing with the 14 principles of Henry Fayol on management. Write one. Write one. Let's clap for ourselves. We have done well. We have done really, really well. It means that whatever we are doing, we go through well. Now let's look at the 14 principles of Henry Fayol. Give this video a thumbs up. Double tap on the screen. Double tap. When you double tap on the screen, double tap on the screen. So division of work, patient, awuni. That is great. Yes. Someone is saying assigning tax. Okay. Assigning tax. Portfolio. Someone is saying remuneration. Yes. Good. Remuneration. Yes. I said write something down. Ask you a question. Division of labor. Somebody have said it. And then that is great. That is great. I said write something down. It's very important. Write something down. Very, very important. Who is coming? Hey, we have forgotten. Someone is saying stability. Stability of what? Stability of what? Stability of tenure. Stability of tenure. Patient. Stability of your job. Stability of tenure or job. Yes. More. You are forgetting about discipline. You are forgetting about unity of command. Scalar of chain. That is great. Minatu. Scalar of chain. There should be a clear chain of authority. There should be a clear, that is scalar of chain. Clear, then there should be authority and responsibility. That is great. Managers must have the right to give orders. That is great. Someone is saying unity of command. Good. There should be one supervisor that guides this the subordinates or the employees. Someone is saying order. That is good. The order here is talking about ordering the or arranging the employees in the right positions or putting the employees in the right positions. That is order. More. Um, yes. We also have centralization. You have forgotten centralization. Centralization. That's balance between decision making and power. Balance between decision making and power. Then we also have unity of direction. One plan for the group of the activities. One plan. Centralization. Patient. That is great. What is the 14th? What is the 13th? Initiative. You need to be creative. You need to be creative. And the 14th one. No one will get the 14th one. You can explain it brief. The 14th one. So the 14th one is promoting team spirit. Promoting team spirit. That is esprit de corps. Esprit de corps. That is the 14th principle. Esprit de corps. Esprit de corps. That is promoting or building team equity. Equity is also one of them. Equity is one of them. Kindness and justice. Kindness and justice. That's equity. Fairness. Now let's come to the differences. Can someone write? Let's get the differences between administration. About two of them or three. Then we'll go. Differences between administration. Someone is still writing scalar chain. Yes. Patient. Patient Mayu and okay. Now let's look at the differences between administration and management. Can we write some of the differences? Promoting team spirit. That is great. Building a team spirit. That is great. That's the 14th principle. Now let's look at the differences. The differences between administration and management. Differences. I mentioned about two distinct differences or distinct between administration and management. What are these two distinct? I mentioned about two distinct or two clear differences between management and administration. What are they? I mentioned about two. I emphasized on it again. Two. I said write something down. You don't write something down and go and see them. Don't blame you. Me, I've given you for free. Okay. Hey, we are not able to. So when we talk about the differences between administration and management, we look at the focus. What do they focus on? What do administration focus on? What do management focus on? What do management focus on? I've given you the clue. What is the focus of administration? And what is the focus of management? People are quiet. Let me once more read your define policy, what and why, and what about. So this one, patient, the what and why is for which? Is it administration or management? So you need to tell me that. You need to write that. You need to give a clear. So the administration deals with formulation of policies. That is the focus. They focus on formulation of policies. Yes. Who is this? Patient Awuni. Patient Awuni. They focus on policy formulation. That is administration. And management focus on what? What is the focus of management? What is the focus of management? So the what and why are dealing with administration. They talk about what they need to put in place and why they are putting in place, right? Then administration focus on policy formulation. Okay, what about you? When you are giving, you give the differences. You give one side and give the other side too. Don't give one side. That's not how you compare. You do comparison. You give one and also give the other side. Okay, focus and level. Focus and level has done what? What do you call it? Who is that? Rejoice. Rejoice. Okay. So management and management is how and when. So when you are comparing, you give one side. When you give one side, you add the other side. That's how we compare. We compare and contrast. That's how we compare. So the focus of management is policy formulation and strategic planning, while the management is about execution of the policies that are being formulated by the administration. So the focus here is that the administration deals with policy formulation, while management deals with execution. So that is how you should. Then when you come to the level here, the management is, so the administration is at the top, while the management is at the middle, or in the middle, or at the lower. So that's the level. So the clear distinct between administration and management here is talking about the scope and the level. The scope and the level. So the scope here, the administration is at the top and management is in the middle or the lower. Then the scope. Administration is very broad and they deal with long-term plan and goal setting, while management deals with, or management are very narrow and they deal with short-term and tax-oriented. These are. Now let's come to similarities. How are they related? Let's come to similarities. Let me rest. Similarities. Yes, let's come to similarities. How are they similar? How are administration and management similar? How are they similar? Portoffi says focus on execution. Management's focus on execution of policies. Oh, that's great. Now let's look at their similarities. Write one similarities. They all involve in planning. That is great. Patient, you are doing great work. Let me clap for patient. Patient, you are doing well. You are doing very, very well. Give me high five. Patient, give me high five. Give me high five. You are doing a great job. Patient. So they all involve in planning. They all involve in planning and decision making. Patient, give me high fives. They all involve in planning and decision making. They all plan, they all make decision. More. Okay. Hey, okay, they are both goal oriented. Who is that? Portoffi. Napaga Is it Napaga Potofi, right? Napaga Potofi. Napaga Potofi. I have never met you before. Where do you come from? And where do you come from? I've never met you on this platform before. You are doing a great job. And Danny is saying both work towards achieving a goal, that is goal-oriented, patient, both solve problems. Yes, these are the similarities. They both solve problems. They are all into problem solving. More, more. Let's see. Let's see. Add more. Add more. Add more. Add more. Add more. Others are sleeping while we are learning. Others are sleeping while we are learning. So they both coordinate resources. They both use resources, either human, financial, or material. So they both use resources. They coordinate resources. They both show leadership. They show leadership. At the same time, they show supervision. So supervision and leadership. Both of them do monitoring. They do monitoring and evaluation, right? Great. They both communicate and collaborate. Have it in mind. So let's call it a night and come back again. Your first time, where are you reaching me from? Portofi. Communication, okay, that is Mina to Mahmudu, if I've mentioned your name right. Portofi, where are you coming from? I've never met you. This is my first time of meeting Portofi. Thank you so much. They both use human and financial finance or financial resources. Yeah, that is resource coordination, resource coordination. Yes. So Portofi, let me get from where you are coming from. I've never met you on this platform. I've done the tutorial for close to 1 year. I've never met Portofi, and he came and he's doing a wonderful job. Both communicate and collaborate. Yes, Portofi, let me hear where you're coming from. By Portofi, support this tutorial. Those who are please, when you finish or when the tutorial is done, please share it with your friends who are going to write. Encourage them to contribute to this tutorial. We need data. We need data before our camp on set. Portofi, Accra. Reaching you from Accra. Which part of Accra? Portofi. Napaga Portofi. Which part of Accra? Portofi. Oh, that's great. I have friends all over the country. Every corner I have friends. Portofi, super grateful for joining us today, and the contribution that you have made is welcome. Right. I'm super grateful to everybody for your wonderful work. Now let me applaud the great contributors, those who have contributed well on this tutorials tonight. And Danny is first. He is having 115 points. 115 points. He has contributed well. And Portofi, right? Portofi is second. You have also done well. Portofi, you have done well. Minatu has also done well. Patient has also done well. Patient is the fourth contributor. Those who have contributed well. Patient is fourth. Then we have Ernest Boateng. Ernest Boateng. We have Rejoice. Rejoice. Then we have Patient. Is it Patient Efi? Patient Efi has also done well. Patient Efi is number 7. Number 8 is um, Newton. Newton has also done well. Then number 9 is it Bane? Okay. Then Abubakar number 10. 11 is Rosalind. Ibrahim number 12. Ransford number 13. So you have all done great job. But my number 1 contributor is Andani. Andani is my number 1 contributor. So Andani, Potofi, and let me mention up to 5. The first 5. Andani, Potofi, Minatu, Patient, and Ernest. Thank you for your wonderful contribution. You have done so well. You have done so well. God bless you. So you always see the arrangement there. You see with the blue crown. The blue crown shows the one who is first. So the first person is Andani. Is it Andani, right? Seems Andani. Yes, Andani Alidu. He is a regular contributor. So no wonder. So thank you. God bless everybody. Keep your support coming. Please support. I need your support. It's very important. So you can through your support through this line 024168938 024168938 You can let your support come in. Have a good night and God bless everybody. Bye bye.